A purposeful journey of life according to the Holy Quran and Islam. There are two important things exist in any human's life that needs to be understood and achieved during this lifelong journey. One, the total authority and power belongs to God only, our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Two, the purpose of life, of this life, is to achieve, to be, to become, meaning to start and achieve the journey that Allah has described for us, to start and finish, and most importantly, arrive to a station that Allah describes as heaven on earth, and a non-ending presence in heaven afterwards, after we pass away. This is the duty of every parent to teach to their children and members of his or her family. Absolute authority belongs to Allah. تولج الليل في النهار وتولج النهار في الليل وتخرج الحي من الميت وتخرج الميت من الحي وترزق من تشاء بغير حساب. You cause the night to pass into the day and the day into the night. You bring forth the living from the dead and the dead from the living, and you provide for whomsoever you wish without limit. Rest only is from Allah. له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض له من في السماوات والأرض ومن عنده لا يستكبرون عن عبادته ولا يستحسرون. To him belongs whatever is in the heaven and whatever is in earth, and those who are in his presence do not disdain to worship him, nor are they weary. Again, in another verse in Surah Baqarah, verse 255, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum la ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm lahu ma fi as-samawati wa ma fi al-ard. Allah, there is no God but him, standing, alive. Sleep doesn't take over him, and to him belongs whatever is in heaven and earth. Here again, the absolute authority belongs to Allah. وَلَا تَدْعُ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ مَا لَا يَنْفَعُكَ وَلَا يَضُرُّكَ فَإِنْ فَعَلْتَ فَإِنَّكَ إِذًا مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ. Do not call beside Allah on any other God that can neither profit you nor harm you. And if you do this, you would then certainly be of the wrongdoers. وَإِنْ يَمْسَسْكَ اللَّهُ بِضُرٍّ فَلَا كَاشِفَ لَهُ إِلَّا هُوَ. And if Allah touches you with harm, there is no one can remove it but He. وَإِنْ يُرِدْكَ بِخَيْرٍ فَلَا رَادَّ لِفَضْلِهِ. And if He desires good for you, there is no one that can repel His grace. يُصِيبُ بِهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ وَهُوَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ. He causes it to reach whomsoever of His servants He wills, and He is the most forgiving, merciful. It's another thing whenever you are depressed is to do something good to somebody else, and you see how joyful you become. Another very, very important ayah in the Quran It says, Ya ayyuhan nas zuriba masalun fastamu laha. O you who believe, I have a misal, I have an example to tell you. Please listen to it. إن الذين تدعون من دون الله لن يخلقوا ذبابا ولا اجتمعوا له. Those whom you call beside Allah, they cannot even create a fly, even if they gather together. فإن يسلبهم الذباب شيئا لا يستنقذوه منه ضعف الطالب والمطلوب. And if that fly takes away part of their food away from them, they cannot get it back. Surely powerless are those whom you invoke and those who are invoked. Now we come to what is the purpose of life. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس. You are the best people created, produced for mankind. Amazing. Chapter 3, verse 110. Again, look at this verse in the Quran. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور. He is the one who created the death and life in order to test which of you is best in action. Indeed, this is why deeds, actions are part of faith. We cannot just believe without good actions. And He is the Almighty, all-knowing. Be something worth remembering. Be something worth remembering. So important. Again, another verse about the good deeds. إِنَّ سَعْيَكُمْ لَشَتَّى فَأَمَّا مَنْ أَعْطَى وَاتَّقَى وَصَدَّقَ بِالْحُسْنَى فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْيُسْرَى. Surely your striving are for diverse. Then as for him who gives and is righteous and testifies to the truth of what is right, we will facilitate for him ease, every facility. But the opposite of it, وَأَمَّا مَنْ بَخِلَ وَاسْتَغْنَى, for those who are stingy and indifferent, وَكَذَّبَ بِالْحُسْنَى, and rejects what is right, what is فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْأُسْرَى, and he will ease him to the path of distress. Action brings a station that is called tranquility, maymana, and that is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, tranquility, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control, hope, spiritual fulfillment, and prosperity. Amazing. Imagine if you had one of these ingredients in you every day. Again, وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ أَنَّ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ. Give good news to those who believe and do good, that they will have gardens under which rivers flow. Amazing. Allah promises in the Quran, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ إِنَّا لَا نُضِيعُ أَجْرَ مَنْ أَحْسَنَ عَمَلًا. As for him who believes and do good, we shall not cause their rewards to be lost. Chapter 18, verse 30. أولئك لهم جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار يحلون فيها من أساور من ذهب. وثيابا خضرا من سندس واستبرق متكئين فيها على الأرائك نعم الثواب وحسن المرتفع. They shall dwell in the gardens of eternity beneath which streams flow. There they will be adorned with bracelets of gold, will be arrayed in green garments of silk and rich brocade, and will recline on raised couches. How excellent is this reward, and how nice the resting place. There is a station that you have to arrive that Allah describes. فَلَقْتَحَمَ الْعَقَبَةَ. Why is it that you do not take the hard road? What is that road? وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةَ. And what makes you understand what that road is? فَكُّ رَقَبَةَ is freeing of slave. And slave could be mental slave or physical slave. أو إطعام في يوم ذي مسغبة, or feeding in a day of hunger. يتيما ذا مقربة, an orphan near of kin. Or miskinan ذا متربة, or a poor man laying in the dust. ثم كان من الذين آمنوا وتواصوا بالصبر وتواصوا بالمرحمة. Then you are of the believers who have authority to exhort one another to perseverance and exhort one another to mercy. How can you tell people when you haven't done it yourself? أولئك أصحاب الميمنة. They are the people of the maymana, right hand. Meaning that any place that you go, your presence brings barakah to those people that surround you. You are Ashab al-Maymana. What an amazing station. One of the great stations that you can come to is by asking Allah, making dua to Allah, asking Allah. وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ أُدْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Allah says, call upon me and I will fulfill it for you. Amazing. وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ الدَّعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. And when my servant asks you, O Prophet, about me, I respond to one's prayer when they call upon me. When they call upon me, I will answer it. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ. Then tell them to also obey me. Perhaps they will be guided to the right way. Dua, or asking God, represent the direct connections with God, signifying our dependence on Him, and is considered a form of worship where Allah has explicitly encouraged believers to call upon Him, promising to answer their prayer. Dua is not only for asking for needs, but also for experiencing gratitude for the blessing that Allah has bestowed upon us on every day. It is a sign of faith and it is a sign of seeking guidance and support. I ask Allah that bless us, all of us, who are striving to be near Him in this hardship time of life in this world. May Allah bless you all.